Welcome to another episode of Zero Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I am so excited to have on a 36-year-old from Stafford in the West Midlands, England, folks. His hockey journey has taken him to England and soon Wales, and then right back again to England. He is another shed guy running amok, but instead of a hockey stick, he's using his bicycle to do epic shit. He is a father to a budding hockey superstar and shed guy. And their honey hole is Sheffield, England, and the Telford Tigers. But they do cheer on the Orange squad that banned fun. So hopefully they got to participate in Kit Kat Get That back when fun was fun in the Too Big Sheffield Arena. But he is best known for stepping up for the Shed family, in particular the Batemans and Rich's road to recovery. This animal, folks, is going to ruin his gooch as he's volunteered to bike 600 kilometers in 2 days from Romford to Cardiff, back to England to Sheffield Arena to raise money to get this family back together. Welcome to my shed, Dave Wilcock, not Valo.
That's wicked.
I get into how we know each other. Nice to meet you. I guess we don't know each other because I had the wrong last name written down on the notes. When the research team got hot, I thought your name was Dave Valo.
So that's it's French for bike. So that's just for the Instagram.
Right. And that made sense when the research team got hot and Googled you, and Valo just brought up a bunch of bikes. Okay.
No, thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Well, thanks for stepping up. And I guess well, let's talk about this. You're gonna bike from Romford, England to Cardiff, Wales to the arena, and then back to the Sheffield Arena for the first preseason game of the year?
It's second, I think.
Okay, but September 16th, Cardiff is playing in Sheffield?
Yep.
Wow, that's sweet. That's good idea. My old squad, too, playing the Orange guys, eh? The bad guys.
Yeah, made sense. Because the first game, Nottingham, so that's sort of on the way. So it didn't feel like it was long enough.
Right. And well, I guess you can't. So how did you come up with the idea to do this?
So I've been wanting to do something for a while for them, really. And just because when Rich had his stroke, he was in Essex. So the closest ice hockey team to I think where he was is the Romford Raiders. So it just made sense, really. I tried to plan a route that was like a 24-hour route, but it kicking me through some pretty cities through the night, and I thought probably don't want to do that on my own all night through the likes of Birmingham or whatever. So then it just come to me that like, well, if they're going to play Cardiff, I'll just go there first. I can have a night stay in Cardiff and then head off the following morning.
But so I guess, and how did you find out about? So basically, folks, the backstory is Rich Bateman, a Sheffield Steelers fan, had a massive stroke. I guess it's a while ago now, and I had his son on, James, episode 199.5, when I heard their story, and I wanted to bring awareness to it. I did a raffle. I don't remember how much money we made or anything, but it's nothing like what they need, or like when you think about it, the day that happened, well, they haven't had their dad at home since, and they've also lost him working for the family and the income he provided, as well as all the other things you would need to alter your house to ever have the chance to bring him home, and also pay for the extra rehab, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'd heard, obviously the club did like a get well message when it first happened to him. So obviously I heard through the club. And then when I listened to James on your podcast, he just really he spoke that well. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't believe it, like at 11, how calm he was and like
how grown up he was. And yeah.
So like from then I was just like, oh, like I want to do something for him. Like, so because I lost my dad to a brain injury, not the same, obviously, but we had to turn my dad's machine off due to a brain injury. So it was like it really sort of hit a chord with me.
Yeah.
So I think because of that, I'm like, right, that's what's really given me the drive, I think, to say like this is a family that needs some help. I can have a connection with their story, so let's push on with it.
And the way I had him on was I connected with them because my grandpa had a massive stroke and was then in a wheelchair the rest of his life. I think it was another 20 something years. And the day those things happen, like their lives change instantly.
Yeah.
So pretty neat you're doing this. So thanks for coming and thanks for doing what you're doing.
No, I appreciate you giving me the time, and hopefully we can raise a bit of money. We've got 200 quid already, nearly.
I just saw the Just Giving page. So how would people find that? I saw it was at about 185 quid. And that's awesome. And I would love to support any way I can. So how do people find the Just Giving page?
The Just Giving is on my Instagram, velo.dave. It's on my Facebook as well, which is the same name, I think. And then Rich Bateman's Rich's Road to Recovery, they've got the link as well. And we're just going to keep sharing it, and hopefully more and more people will share it.
And hopefully the Sheffield Steelers and the Cardiff Devils can get behind this, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah. I
keep tagging them in things.
You just got to be persistent. It's like trying to get some of these shed guys in here, you know? That is incredible. And to think that you connected with them and you're doing this from, I guess, hearing about it through my podcast makes all the volunteer hours worth it when stuff like this happens.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. You know, so I get into how we know each other. How did you find out about the shed? Because I don't have a marketing team.
Probably through Twitter, isn't it?
I don't know.
Quite popular on Twitter and Instagram. And
yeah, Instagram's the honey hole. I find it fun. I don't know. It entertains me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Twitter I haven't used much, but yeah. So I didn't know how you found it because obviously you're into cycling. Did you listen to the Luke Rowe episode? He's like world famous.
Yeah, it's a good episode, that one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed getting to know a cyclist. I had never really done that.
No, he's a big deal, isn't he?
He really is a big deal. I didn't realize how big of a deal he was. And then after he came on, I was seeing him like all over the internet and TV and stuff. He's a funny guy, man. Have you ever seen the one where he's biking in the middle of the race and they said, this guy is such a dad, and he pretended to squirt the water in his ear and then he spit it out his mouth. Good stuff.
He's got a good podcast as well, to be fair.
Yeah, it's interesting trying to have time to listen to other podcasts and stuff, you know. I don't have much time in a day. No, but I get into how we know each other is I've seen you on Instagram and I've seen your son playing, right? You sent me a video of him playing on a tennis court. He can rip around, eh?
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing pretty well. He's 6, but he's doing good.
Well, the picture I saw of him in the Team GB outfit, he just looks like such a hockey guy in that picture.
Yeah. He's mad for it.
Yeah, well, that picture screams shed guy.
when we were at the gold medal winning game,
he's only 6.
Yeah.
Huh.
He starts his first season this season with the under-10s.
He played with the under-10s. He's 6. Do they have a younger age group that under-10?
No, they don't. That's the first age group.
Holy moly. So how much, I was going to ask you about being a minor hockey dad over there. Like, how much is it costing you to get a kid kitted up?
6 months.
Like, I heard a hockey stick over there is like 3. How much was a stick?
His stick was £85.
Oh, that's Warrior. I heard it was worse than that. That's not that bad.
He's little though, isn't he?
He's not into the big boy sticks. Yeah.
No. He's on a 20 flex that you can't really flex that well.
Well, seeing him in the Team GB outfit made me think of all the Well, the shed guys I've had on, when I had on like GB royalty, that core guys and all the other guys that have come on that have played for Team GB, like how they inspire a new generation. And then I see your kid in that outfit, in a Team GB outfit, screaming he's a hockey guy. I was just like, well, this is how it works. This is the up and coming shed guys.
Yeah, that's it. And like, I think ice hockey is different to a lot of sports that like the players are really good with the kids.
They take the
They
time
always
and
try and
talk to them.
interact.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make loads of time, and especially like the GB guys you've had on.
I would
They're
say
all
it
ace.
happens way more in Great Britain than it say does in North America. I think the guys they're more like in the NHL. You might get a puck during warm up. You're not going to get to talk to them, you know?
Yeah, yeah. That's obviously we only stay around at the Steelers a bit, but like it takes some of them half an hour or more to get out of the arena and just stopping and chatting to everybody. They don't have
Yeah.
to, do they?
Well, they don't have to. Some people do it and some people don't. Some people try and almost sneak out of the arena, right? They'll take the back door so they don't have to walk through all the people. And it's like, do you know there might have been a kid waiting hours or spent
Exactly.
all their money to buy some hat to see if they could get you to sign it, and you just decided to sneak out? You know?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
big baby. Yeah, I don't like that stuff. I think that's the biggest part of the game, and that's why people cheer for you, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think
Um,
that's got Dowdy's signature on about everything he's got, to be honest.
so is Dowdy his guy?
Yeah, Dowdy and well, all the Steelers players. Sam Jones, he's a big Sam Jones fan.
Okay, yeah. Well, I haven't met Sam Jones, but Dowdy's a shed guy. Good looking
Yeah.
fella too. Jeepers, you know. But were you guys at Kit Kat? Get that?
We weren't.
Oh,
No, we weren't.
shoot.
No.
I wanted to hear about it from a fan side.
No, it looked right mess though, didn't it?
It did. There's a
Iconic.
lot of Kit Kats. And
People throwing
I
them from
do
the top
understand why it got banned. And I know it wasn't the Sheffield Steelers banning it. It was the actual arena. It's just sad because we were just starting to have so much fun and really connect. And I guess now it's, I've let everybody know that I am sponsoring the captain of the Manchester Storm next season, Captain Critch, that started the Chocolate Storm in Manchester. And I can just tell he's a gamer. And we're going to raffle off a 2 Ales and Hockey Tales jersey. It's going to go live, and that's to raise enough money to pay the sponsorship fee to get the logo on his jersey. And it's interesting that you're about to raise money for the Batemans and Rich's Road to Recovery, because I have never done a raffle to like keep the money. I'm not keeping this money, but I'm doing it to sponsor the team that's kind of sponsored me. And it isn't a charity for the first time. But then I find out that like I inspired you to do that. It's like, geez, that's cool.
Yeah, it's wicked.
It is wicked.
And if I can get a hold of a bit of merchandise, maybe we can do a raffle.
Right? I think we should. Yeah. And then I will put that money right into the GoFundMe account, and then fun is fun, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be awesome, actually. Let's get somebody donate us a Sheffield Steelers jersey, and we'll raffle that off, and the money will go to your gooch getting ruined. So seriously, you must bike a lot, 600 kilometers in 2 days? That doesn't even make sense.
No, I've never ridden that far before.
I probably asked Luke Rowe about this. How did he say how far he bikes usually in like the races? It's not 300 kilometers, is it?
No, they're like 190. Like the Tour de France stages are about 180, 190 kilometers.
Right. But I guess they're up mountains and stuff, right? So how is this stretch of road from Sheffield to Cardiff? I'd always sleep on the bus.
So the route that's
or I've gone on the fan bus to Sheffield with the fans and had pints all the way there, and then dressed as Thor and and did a pregame speech. But the roads seemed a bit windy, So how do you get there? You can't take the highway.
No, so there's like a certain apps you can use to help you plan routes, and they'll know which roads are used mostly by cyclists and whatever. So it's got me the second day, Cardiff to Sheffield is the harder day. It's got a lot more elevation.
Oh,
So
elevation. Yuck.
yeah, I'm hoping the wife's going to meet me in Cardiff, and then she can take some of the stuff I've had to carry from the other side of London across, and I can lighten my load a little bit.
So what do you take with you for 300 kilometers?
Lots of food.
Yeah, you'd need it.
Yeah.
Like, how long
But
is this going to take you? All day?
yeah, probably it's going to be 11, 12 hours of riding, probably. For stopping
That
for some
right
food.
between, in the
Yeah.
undercarriage there. The reason
Yeah.
I know about that spot is because when I hurt my knee in Germany, they told me if I wanted to get a contract for the next season, I had to do whatever they said because I was getting fat after surgery. And that turned into riding the bike in the sauna for 90 minutes a day. And I tell you, that sweet spot in there, every morning I got on that bike, I was just in tears.
So it does get used to it. So I'll ride the bike every day because I commute to work on the bike. And
I
so you
guess
do
it's
get
like
used
people
to it.
that work with their hands, right? Like you get the
Yeah.
carpenters that have the old weathered hands. I
Yeah.
guess your gooch is going to be weathered.
I don't think it's going
Sorry.
to be wet. It's all right. I'm not sure.
Sometimes I think I'm funny. Maybe I'm too much, you know? What kind of food would you take?
A lot of flapjacks, sweets.
Flapjacks? Isn't a flapjack like a pancake?
No, like an OT bar, like
Oh, like a granola
yeah,
bar.
sort of, but softer.
You call that a flapjack? I have no idea what a flapjack is
Yeah.
then.
So you
You
get
know how
them
much
covered in
stuff I've
chocolate.
learned in my shed? Sorry. Other than flapjacks, what else?
So you'll get like a carb mix in my drinks and things like that, and then I'll be stopping for some food at like petrol stations or that sort of thing. Eat some proper food as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. So how much do you bike? Because the video so my heart, it started racing when all of a sudden you said you were going to help out the Batemans and you had been thinking about it since listening to him in the shed, which, makes me feel fulfilled that the shed family is real. People helping people.
Yeah.
It's a powerful thing, right? But when you were biking and making that video, it was like over 4 minutes long. And you were like going
Yeah.
up a hill and you were talking the whole time and not even breathing heavily. I didn't understand because when I ride a bike, I breathe heavily, quickly, especially up a hill.
Yeah. So my commute is 11 miles each way at short distance.
It's
So like I
11
get,
miles.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I get the miles in. I do like 100 miles a week just going to work ish.
So you bike to work every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do? Where and what are you doing now?
So what do I do for work?
Yeah, because I do know you've wrote to me a couple times saying got my night shift sorted now when I send an episode late night, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I work for an aerospace company. I build, we do lots of stuff, but I build the actuators for Airbus single aisle planes that power the flaps on the wing.
You build it?
Build the actuators that power the flaps, not the plane.
How do you build that? Like with a machine, like some kind of computer type deal or what?
No, it's they're like a series of gearboxes. So we build and test them.
You've been into that for a while then, eh?
7 years I've been there. Yeah.
Biking to work, eh? I did that once when there was bike to work day. I did it once,
Did you not enjoy it?
No, actually, when I get out on a bike, I do enjoy it. You're in the fresh air. I just don't do it enough. I stand in my shed and talk.
Yeah.
I was very impressed how you weren't out of breath talking while biking because like I'm starting to get out of breath like tying my shoes, But so 100. So that's what you normally bike. So how far is the furthest you've ever biked?
So I've done 100, just over 100 miles in one go.
In one go. You've done that one time?
Twice.
Yeah. And that was for fun? You thought that was fun?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It is fun. It's fun.
Everybody's into different things, right? I like to challenge
Yeah.
myself too, but that's not usually. I got to compete against someone, you know. So that's pretty neat. You're
Also,
gonna do this though.
I did them as part of they're called sportives, so they're like organized events.
Oh,
So there's
so
people
it was like a
start
yeah,
a
it's like
race.
not a race, but everybody's doing it together.
Yeah.
That's fun then. So how long you been into cycling? Your whole life?
No, so I played football um, until my early 30s, and then cycling sort of replaced football when I was ready to stop that.
Okay. Yeah, when I was in Germany, cycling was a real thing. Like everybody would have the full outfits and everybody had bikes, and it actually looked fun in Germany because there were trails everywhere for bicycles or there was room on the roads.
Yeah.
But like what they would do is bike from town to town and like stop and have a beer, sit outside. Then they get on their bike and be outdoors and go to the next town, have a beer, and then they would go for like a tour. It was like a beer biking tour, but they were in like the real biking outfits, right?
Yeah, cycling's got a nice cafe pub stop culture.
Yeah,
It's nice.
I dig
Yeah.
that. I'm into pubs and cafes. Like that was my favorite part. Playing Germany was sitting outside on this walking streets, drinking coffee or whatever else it may be, right?
Yeah.
So you got to work night shifts then, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. It helps with the family life.
So you could be there for all his hockey. Like how much hockey are we talking if he's 6? And how did he
He's
get into it? Going to watch the Steelers?
Yeah, we took him to his first Steelers game when he was 4, and you don't think they're really going to pay that much attention at 4, but he was like hooked.
Hooked.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
when
we
did
took
you
him
get
against
into the Steelers?
about the same age as him. My dad's friend was a freelance journalist, and he covered the ice hockey, so he used to take us.
Oh,
So yeah, I was about 5 or 6 when I first started going.
oh, so you've been a Steelers fan forever then.
Yeah, just never lived that close, so we've always done like a couple of games a month or
Were
just
you
when you
were you
can.
there when I became a champion with the Cardiff Devils? We won the Challenge Cup there. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I don't think I was.
You know what else is funny that you sent me? Because I kind of scrolled through our messages.
Oh yeah.
And you sent me the video of the teddy bear toss in Sheffield. And I totally get how Kit Kat got banned because the throwing of the teddy
Yeah.
bears was it was a melee. There were not many making it over the glass. It was mainly people getting hit with teddy bears.
Yeah. Well, there's not many people throwing them from the bottom tier.
No, they're throwing like
Coming
it's
in
a
from
big
everywhere.
arena. There's a lot of seats
Yeah,
in that place.
it is.
So, yeah, I do understand why Kit Kat got banned. I get it, but I do miss having fun with Sheffield. It was fun, but we moved on to Manchester now, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Manchester's a good yeah too.
yeah, and I think they're gonna have a good little team here. They just signed a couple good looking prospects that I think will adjust to the AHL pretty quickly. But then again, what do I know, right? Okay, so here's the question. Do you know the Batemans? You're gonna go do this for them and try and help them out from listening
Yeah.
to him in the shed. Do you know them?
No, I've never met them. Just spoke to Richie's wife Claire on Instagram a couple of times,
That's really cool. I like that.
and
Um,
obviously recently I've had to. Every time I've done something, I've sent her a message to sort of make sure it's okay. Or when I put the Just Giving page up, she sent me some pictures. Then I sent it back to her to say, "Look, does that read all right?" Because I
yeah,
don't want to, put the wrong thing or
right. Yeah.
cause any upset as well.
Well, I can tell what type of dude you are, and it's pretty neat. And it's like people probably think I'm totally crazy, and I probably am. That like I put in this many hours and this much work into something I do voluntarily and I don't make money at. But like this is what I do for fun. This is what I do to entertain myself. But then when something like this happens, and I call them Shed family, that you're gonna do this for people you don't even know from listening to me talk in my shed. It put all those hours totally worth it, you know?
Yeah, definitely. No,
I
you
hope
got
we make the target, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I struggled initially, but the target is their target, isn't it? It's
Mhm.
sort of is a big number.
Well, and it's hard to
Uh,
know how much support you're gonna get,
yeah,
we're gonna get, how big this can be. And it'll be whether or not people share it. Sharing is caring, folks.
exactly.
And get behind this. And it doesn't take much to hit share on a button. It doesn't take much to get this out there. And folks, if anybody wants to donate a jersey for this cause, I got the capabilities to raffle it off on my website, right?
100%.
Yeah.
It'd be ace if we could get a couple of bits of memorabilia to raffle. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. So if anybody's out there listening, we don't care what team it's for. The hockey family is the hockey family. This doesn't have to be just Sheffield. Cardiff, you'll be there playing, but also the EIHL. It's how this whole thing works. It's like one big family, and I've seen them come together for other people in the past, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. So get involved, folks, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do while you bike all the time? I've seen you making videos while you bike. What else do you do? I guess you listen to podcasts.
Listen to podcasts a bit, and it depends if I'm getting out with a few people, which I do occasionally, and then yeah, I just generally enjoy being outside. I think.
Right. I enjoy being outside too, but I also enjoy being just in my shed.
Yeah. Your shed, it's a bit more than my shed. You get to do
Wow.
fun things.
Yeah. Well, you know, they say if you build it, they will come, and it's happened.
Yeah.
But it's like for me, how much fun this is. Like that, I moved back from hockey. I met great people all over the world, and then I moved to a little town where it was new for our family. Didn't know anybody, and like I have some great friends here. There's not many guys like hockey guys that like understand the life I lived, or want to hear about the life I lived. So for me to have a way to get to talk about my past life, but also see all my friends, and then it's about as fun as life gets, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I do it, folks, and I can't believe you're gonna do this. I think it's so neat. So anywho, do you ever listen to music while you bike, or is that dangerous because you can't hear if anything's coming?
I do sometimes. But I'm not.
Like if
I've
you're gonna
never
be on
really.
your bike for 12 hours, man, you're gonna need to plan for
Yeah,
something to look at or do
yeah.
or
It'll
listen
be
to.
podcasts more than music.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely kills more time, right?
Yeah, it's easier to sort of lose yourself in them a bit.
Okay. Poster picks.
Yeah.
Well, the first one is your son at the glass with a GB player putting up number ones with a medal, eh?
Yeah, that's Sam Jones, that one.
Oh, is that Sam Jones?
Yeah, yeah.
So was he on the men's team?
Yeah,
So that was when they just won it there. He's on that
yeah.
team of shed guys. And I have the Team GB outfit from like team issued from that team. So I'm pretty much on that team too. You know,
Yeah, that's it.
I just wasn't there to celebrate, but I
Part
was
of the
right there
squad.
with them. Yeah. But it
Oh
is.
no, it was a good
Go ahead.
it was a good evening that was.
Mm-hmm.
We booked it last second and took him straight from school, so it was a wicked evening.
That would be to see your country win gold on home ice, right?
Yeah.
And guys you've watched play for your favorite team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, that doesn't happen that often, you know?
No.
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 But like for me, what I find as I got older and like I had my son and I saw what my friends on the team could do when they interacted with him. But then when we got older and I took him to some NHL games and he met some of those guys and you see the impact it can make on a kid. Like seeing Sam come over to take that picture with your son, like that's a
Yeah.
memorable photo to have. And like some guys wouldn't come over and take that picture. They'll just skate by, you know, like they didn't see him.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, it's a small world, isn't it? And we've got like a loose connection to Sam's family because our granddads work together. Like it sort of
Oh yeah.
it's mad, isn't it? So we've managed to, we've had a bit of dialogue with Sam over the season. So he made a real effort to come and have that picture, which was really nice.
Well, it is, and that's what inspires. It can inspire kids to want to be hockey guys, right? Like when
Yeah,
hockey players take the time to get to know them, it can inspire them to really want it and go home and practice hockey. And I think kids get better when they love it and practice on their own than how many actual training sessions you go to, you know?
yeah, definitely.
I saw your kid ripping around on the tennis courts in his rollerblades, and I'm like, that kid loves it.
Yeah, he shoots over that. He's got a little goal in the house with balls and soft pucks and stuff, and it's constant. He's putting holes in the wall and everything.
I know, I get it. I did it, and now my son's doing it. Yeah, I had to move where the net goes because he was breaking stuff, and now it
Yeah.
just goes out into the yard, and he has to go retrieve it. Sucker. So the next poster pick, he made a Telford Tigers team. So is that under 10 team?
Yeah, yeah. So his first season's coming up this year. Yeah,
So you guys are closer to Telford than Sheffield?
yeah. Telford's about 25 miles away. That's our closest.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's who he's playing for next year's Telford. So how far away is Sheffield then?
about 80 miles from us.
80 miles?
Yeah.
How many games do you go to?
Like we were doing 2 a month last year.
That I didn't know you were that far away. That's not that close.
No, but like we go to like if they're at Coventry, we'll go there, or Manchester's a bit closer, we'll go there.
Well,
So we get around.
in Manchester, you're allowed to throw chocolate. I don't know if you knew that. So if you go there, bring chocolate and celebrate when the Storm win.
Yeah.
Right? Just thinking out loud. Okay. Next poster pick is you on your bike and you're about to go up. It says this. There's a sign that says this is a big hill. So
Yeah, it was. So that
like,
was something else I did for a friend of mine who lost his sister, and he's been and climbed Kilimanjaro to raise money for the hospice and looked after her. So because I wasn't going, I climbed that hill as many times as I could to try and elevate Kilimanjaro. But I picked the wrong hill. It's a really steep hill.
where is it?
It's not too far. It's in Stoke. It's not
And
that
you
far
just
from
went
where
up
I am.
and down this hill over and over again
Yeah,
until you couldn't do it.
yeah. I went up and down 25 times. It's about a mile long, so it was hard work.
You
But
you do different things than I do, right? I mean, you're pushing your body and you're gonna do 600K, and I raise money by just standing here talking.
yeah,
But you're
you
gonna
got
raise
it
a
right.
lot more than me, so good work.
Hopefully,
Well, so that's good you did that. So that guy actually climbed Kilimanjaro, like whatever, like he went
yeah,
that to the top.
yeah. He raised loads of money as well. He raised like 25,000 for the local hospice.
People helping people, folks, and people doing epic shit, right?
Yeah,
As Mike Will would say, the sign behind him when he just came on, it said "Do epic shit," and I enjoy hearing of people doing epic shit to help people. Cool,
definitely.
cool stuff. And for like not to bring it back to this again, but it's like when I started this, I just wanted to talk to my friends. I had no reason other than I missed my friends, and then to see what it's been able to become, and that we have helped people and we have raised money for a lot of different things. It's like, that's pretty neat from just talking to your friends.
Yeah, it is. It's inspiring, isn't it? And you've got a really great channel for connecting with everybody, haven't you? And bringing that community together.
Well, and it's like I think of hockey the way I think of hockey, and I think of it as one big family, and you go out and compete. But like most people are good people when you get into the game of hockey. In the fan world, there can be some ding dongs, but for the most part, like everybody just wants their team to win and enjoy the game. And like people do get pissed off when they lose, but so do the players, so does everybody else. And like
Yeah,
losing sucks and winning's fun. And but we are one big family. It's like the people that are into hockey, it's like the people that are going to listen to this are into hockey. And we're all one family trying to have fun and enjoy the game, right?
yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. So anywho, you guys don't have season tickets then, eh?
No, no.
So where do you try to sit when you go to that big arena?
Uh, sort of behind the bench is usually 205, or sometimes we try and get him in like next to where the players come out, it's like 103, I think, because he loves to hang himself over the barrier and try and fist bump everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got to give those kids a bump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny because that's like what my son would do if he goes to a game right now too. Is those fist bumps matter, folks, right?
Yeah. That's what makes the most, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it is.
It's all he wants. All he wants to do is fist bump.
So, who's your favorite player? Who's your favorite player now and ever? Cutting edge question.
Ooh. Now probably is Dowd. You got to love Dowd, don't you?
Yeah,
just for everything.
Yeah,
you know, he's properly good, and
he's British. He's a goal scorer. He mucks it up, and he's good looking. That's not fair, right?
No.
Can't have it all, Robert.
No, we had some good players last season, to be fair. Yeah, no, like Petgrave and Newman. There's some good. We had some good players. Favorite all time. Priestley was probably the best I've seen.
Priestley, I don't know him. So he's probably what, like early 2000s or something, or what?
No, he's 90s.
90s. I don't know him.
Ken Priestley.
I've heard the name for sure. Yeah. Well, scoring is fun and winning is fun, right?
If he went through, it was a goal. Like, that's how it was.
Yeah. It's hockey's a pretty simple game when you really break it down. Now that I've been talking about it for so long, is winning is fun, but winning is really hard. But I think you have to have fun to win. And then scoring is fun. And when all those things don't happen, it sucks, and sucking sucks. Right? And you need everybody to win, and everybody has different roles and has to do their job the best they can, or you're not going to win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So why didn't the Sheffield Steelers win any trophies last year? What do they got to do to be better? From a fan side.
From a fan side, chance conversion, I think.
You think they were good enough? They just couldn't put it in.
I'm not sure that Belfast were, a cut above, I think, to be fair.
Yeah,
they do deserve. Yeah. But I think it was just chance conversion. We were creating a lot. It just wasn't going in the net, which it gets frustrating, doesn't it? I think defensively we were good enough. Got a good netminder. It did just come down to it just wasn't going in.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that way, right? When they play the regular season, because it really is like about perfection. It's like the team that is most perfect throughout the year wins it. And like it is a culmination of the entire season. And it is the best team that wins in that league,
Yeah, definitely. No, you can't take it away from Belfast. They are a good outfit.
Yeah, well, that keeps doing okay at it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gosh, they're annoying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how much traveling are you gonna have to do for this kid, for your son's hockey? What's his name? Is it Charlie?
Charlie, yeah.
Charlie.
So yeah, fair bit, because his league is Telford, Solihull, Coventry, and Sheffield.
So that doesn't sound that bad.
There's 2 Sheffield teams in his league. So they're most about an hour away from home, or an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So it's not
no, that's not too bad. I've heard of a lot worse in my shed. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're lucky to live where we live. We can get to most places.
Yeah, and it's like when you hear the cost of hockey in like the US of A, there's not like only the big cities have like the AAA. There isn't really the small towns aren't really doing it. It's the big cities, and they have to travel to the other big cities to play each other. And like I just saw a shed guy posted his son on a private jet with 5 other kids to go to an under 11 hockey tournament.
Yeah, I was going to say you're better off flying, wouldn't you?
They have to. Yeah. Like if you play in LA, you got to fly to get competition. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the prices I've heard are it's like, so basically only the rich of the rich can play hockey now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's depressing.
Well, listening to you, and then I read a little bit. Yeah, it seems like you need to be spending 20 grand a year on a school, don't you?
Well, and then around here, like we have it. It's just I live in the middle of nowhere, so I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
do some driving. Yeah, whatever. Right. So you're gonna go from Romford, and that's the hockey arena there, then you said?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
they've got a team.
that was closest to where he had the stroke, right?
Yeah,
And then you're gonna
yeah,
bike all the way to Cardiff from there, and then Cardiff to Sheffield, and you're gonna use an app to figure out the way.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully, it gets me there safe.
And what do you think we should do? What do you think people should do? I know you're like me, you don't like to ask for much, you don't like to ask for things for yourself, but like when you arrive at the Sheffield Arena, I
Yeah,
think there should be a congregation of people having fun and celebrating what you just did.
yeah, it'd be cool. I'm talking to a bike shop in Sheffield, and they want to try and put an event on. Because behind the arena there's like a sports complex. So he wants to try and put an event on at the complex so that when I arrive, he's got
He's
a
got the event
congregation
going.
of, yeah.
And then all the Sheffield and Cardiff fans should come, and there should be a bar that they can buy stuff, and the money made from that could go to the cause too, right?
Yeah. I need to get onto a couple of local bars and see if we can put up some pop-up bars, don't I?
Well, I think if you could get Cardiff fans and Sheffield fans getting there, and I do know firsthand that they like to drink.
Yeah.
So if we could get them buying drinks, and then the money made from the bar also went to this cut to the Batemans, right? I think I mean, you're the one that started this. I don't know how I can support you from here, but people get behind this and let's figure out how to make as much money as possible, right?
Yeah, that's it. If anyone's any idea, just reach out basically, and we'll see if we can make it work.
Yeah, and fun is fun, and I think you have people all cheering when you roll into town, and they're all having beers and having fun, and fun is fun, and then go out and watch Cardiff win, right?
Yeah.
Just it's preseason, folks. I actually don't care who wins. Not in the
matter.
slightest. No, it doesn't matter one bit. Okay. So yeah, I had just written down vision of when you arrive, but anywho. The other poster pick you had is of the Batemans, right? And if you look behind, that's at the chocolatey Manchester Storm shelter.
Yeah.
But they as a family, it's a family event. They used to go to the games and have it. They loved going to the games together. And to think, you see the smile on the three of their faces, that was their family time, and how much they were enjoying it. And then to think they haven't got to do that since, right?
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we can figure a way of, getting him home. And I imagine if he's home, he'll recover better. You recover where you're happiest, don't you?
What 100% you do. And I can just picture the day I see it on my little device, that the day he gets back to the Sheffield Arena and gets to see a game again with his family, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And you would recover where you're happiest. It's kind of like I always say, hockey players always play better when they're the happiest. It's like everything you do better when you're the happiest, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. It's like coming out to the shed, folks. I do the best I can every time because I'm happiest I am, you know? Okay. So are you competitive?
Yes.
But you like to compete with yourself?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't sound like you're really competing against others, just testing yourself.
Yeah. Now, yeah, with the cycling.
Right. But I guess when you're a football player, you were competitive, eh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I asked your son's favorite player, right? That's Dowdy. Or no, is it Sam Jones?
He's quite close between the two. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. And shed guys know shed guys. And sounds like the Sam Jones is a shed guy. Should get him in, eh?
Yeah, he is. No, he's a really good guy.
Yeah. So folks, if anybody's got a Dowdy jersey, Sam Jones jersey to raffle off, just let us know, right? We're right here in the shed. We'll get her up for a raffle and send that money over to the Bateman's cause, right? And fun is fun, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's neat though for like your son to grow up watching the Sheffield Steelers. He's pretty young while he was playing, but like watching Jono play hockey, that guy can teach people about life, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
he's dropped on being watching the last 2 seasons. He's got to see some really good people and interact with them, and it's what's really sparked his passion.
and I like that type of stuff. I like trying to inspire kids and make them be into hockey and enjoy it like I do. And that's why I've liked the coaching side of it too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So anyways, that Jono though, I just am always flabbergasted with him because of what I know he's played through in the past. And I was already impressed with him just from competing against him and playing against him. And then you hear what other people say about him and your teammates say about him. And now that I got to know him and then I hear about what he's been doing at the end of his career, is like, they don't make legends like that. Like, he has literally written a Disney movie with his teammates with Great Britain, but like, he won gold with a broken wrist. He played the whole game with a broken wrist.
He's a machine.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah. Can't have it all, Jono. You know. So you go to Manchester and Sheffield, right? Or what's your favorite arena in the league? Is it Sheffield? Can't be. Too big.
Yeah. It probably is big. Nottingham's good. Nottingham is good.
Stop it.
It's a nice arena though, isn't it?
Nottingham's good for playoff weekend, but regular season, snooze fest.
I think the best atmosphere we had last year was at Manchester in the playoff quarterfinal. That was good. That was a good atmosphere.
Yeah, they were on a heater too that second half, and I really bought into that. They got behind me, and like I was interviewing their bus driver when they were warming up for games, and talking with players that were coming in and on the bus, and it just made me feel like I was part of hockey again. And it all started because like they shared when I asked for chocolate, and then they won that game against Sheffield. And then the way they supported me and the way I saw their players having fun and enjoying hockey, and when I saw them leave and what they would post about how much fun they had that hockey season, it was like, if I had any little part of how much fun you guys had playing hockey, that's awesome, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So go Storm.
No, you're making a real impact.
I just think it's so funny that I'm sponsoring the captain's jersey, and that I'll literally see pictures of 2 Ales and Hockey Tales logo on a guy's jersey in professional hockey. The captain. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
It really is. So anywho, what I actually had written down here was Jono broken wrist, bike 600 kilometers, broken gooch. But everybody's got to dig down deep to win, right?
Yeah. No, it will be.
So like, you're gonna have to drink a lot of water. How do you not cramp? Or
so you just gotta try and stay on top of it, and little and often, like them salt tablets, electrolyte tablets in your drinks.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, the other thing I got written down, I don't know how much else I got other than I think your family, your son should be very proud of what you're doing and that you're stepping up for people you've never met. Well, I'm proud of you.
Thank you. No, he donated £20 to me this morning and came and spoke to me about what I was doing, and he said he wanted to give me £20, so it was really nice.
Your son did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, you're inspirational, and It's the type of stuff I love. And I'm proud that you came on here and that I got to tell the story of what you're going to do. And any way I can help, I'm here, right?
Oh, thanks very much. No, it's really thanks for having me on because I'm a big fan of your podcast. So this
Well,
is
thanks.
amazing.
Well, do you have any questions for me that like I think it's so neat that like people I don't know actually listen to me talk in my chat. I think it's so cool.
Yeah. Uh, so where are you on your AAA coaching journey? Is it?
Well,
Or
I'm
your
not.
West?
Yeah, I'm gonna be coaching the local team here. The AAA gig they gave to a different guy who I've got to know this spring. He asked me to help him. I met him through a couple spring tournaments where his son played. His son's good. He's a good dude. He's a good coach. He's gonna do great. He asked me to help again this past weekend. Um, my son wants to be at home with his buddies. I think he could change his mind in an instant, but we are staying home. I think it's good. I think where we live, everybody ends up usually for the most part in the world, people end up where they grow up. I think having a real bond with your friends from home before you go pursue that stuff is as important as
Yeah.
it gets. And I think me getting to help coach this team in town next year, I'll try and make them brothers for life. And whether that's
Yeah.
winning or doing the best we can to win, I hope to watch my son have a group of his best friends in the world, and I want to be the coach of that team. You know.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. Like,
And then when I talk to this guy and like he's like, well, why don't we fix this? And why don't you guys come? And like Colby's a great player and we need him. And I was like, I've made up my mind. I said I'm doing this. And then it's like it's not that this can't happen. It's like it's just not happening this year. Because I do think they have a good coach there. I'm not upset about anything. He's a good dude.
yeah.
He's the type of guy you'd want teaching your kids. And there's no hard feelings there. And I think there will be a day we'll be coaching together. It's just not this year, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess it can be a lot of pressure on them young, can't it, when you move them
Well,
when
it'd
you
be a
move
lot
them
of driving. And
slowly playing.
it's like when you went to school all day and then repeatedly get in a car and drive really far a lot of nights and get home late and then up at school again. And it's like, there is a time we're going to have to do that, but it's like, do we have to do it yet? I don't think so.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be.
When you talk to like the British players on here, a lot of them didn't even start playing hockey till they're 13 and 14. I played against them. I know how good they are now. And it's like I think kids are going to be as good as they're going to be, whether they practiced a ton when they're 6 or 7 years old or not, but they need to love it and they need to want to do it themselves. And I wouldn't, we did too much spring hockey this year, and going into the last tournament, I could tell like his play, what he wasn't as excited to play hockey. And then when you're not as excited to play hockey, you're not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, you have to manage their levels, don't you, when they're little?
yeah. So me and another fella are coaching together here next year, and we've had a couple meetings and talked things out, and we're planning on what tournaments to go to. And we have like a silver stick tournament in our town here, so we'll get to try and win that in our hometown. It's gonna be really fun. I'm really looking forward to it. We're gonna kick the shit out of everybody, you know. I'm serious though, because if you can get kids to really buy into being shed guys, that there's no stopping them.
Yeah.
If they'll do
No, that's
whatever
it.
it takes for each other, it's hard to beat a team.
Yeah. Yeah. Be involved with what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss my girls though and coaching them from last year. It literally was one of my favorite seasons ever. And they were a bunch of beauties, and I had the time. I had the hockey season of my life there with them, and I'm gonna really miss them next season. But like, we'll have our time again someday, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, folks, how should, if people wanted to help out, sponsor, would it be just to the GoFundMe page, or reach out to you if they got any ideas of what we could do or raise money or different
Yeah,
things?
so the GoFundMe page. Any ideas? If you've got a business, I am happy to slap your business logo over as much kit as I can get it across if you want to put some money in the pot for that. Obviously, I'm aware with businesses, sometimes you can claim your tax back and all that sort of thing because it's advertising and whatever. So, we can really make a push for things like that and
Yeah,
hopefully generate something.
absolutely. And for me, it's like, I'm not making money doing this, and it's like sponsoring the Storm jersey. I'm literally just gonna have raffles of jerseys we've made, being a sponsor of mine. But we're just gonna raffle it off and send the money directly to the Storm. It's like, I don't have I'm not making any money here to make any tax rebates, right? And it's like, but these small businesses get behind this, and if you have anything, get behind this. Let's get this family back together and get Dad home, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's about time, isn't it? It's about 18 months.
That's too long, way too long. And it's just heartbreaking when you saw the smiles on their faces at that hockey arena, and you're like, you just want them to be back, right?
Yeah.
So thanks for doing what you're doing. It's inspirational stuff. It's the epic shit people, not many people in the world do stuff like this. And it'll be memorable, and it'll be something people talk about for years to come. So can't wait to see it happen. Seriously.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks for just thanks for this, and thanks for sharing, and really means a lot.
Well, I know what it's like to like step up and like put yourself out there. That would have been the biggest thing of starting this. Was I never really put myself out there that much. I was who I was, but like as a hockey player, you try to be like everybody else and fit in, because if you act too much like yourself, the suits and the GMs and the people, you try to be they're kind of like robots, and like you got to toe the line. And then when I did decide to do this and put myself out there, that was the most worrying thing. And it's like, I know what it's like to step up, and like, then you're like, I guess people are looking at you for, people are going to be reaching out to you, and people are going to be talking about you, and it's a different thing, right?
Yeah. No, it is. The wife, we spoke about it for ages, and the wife said, just get on with it. Like, you keep talking about it.
Well, I think it's really cool that like you were connected with them and you're going to do this. That's neat shit.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, go Shed family, right?
Yeah.
And good luck to your gooch. We may have to have a recap when after this is all said and done, and talk about how it all went.
See how my gooch is.
Right? Yeah. Get the ice packs ready, folks.
Yeah.
And this has been another episode of Zero Ales and Hockey Tales with Dave Valo, Willie, and Wally.